Hi, friends. How is everyone doing today? Okay, so I finally finished my 4-day fast today. Started eating again this morning. I've been eating throughout the day now, kind of like spaced out. I started with some natural kefir yogurt. Then I had a big omelette with some mushrooms. And then I cooked myself a bunch of like different vegetables like potatoes and carrots and broccoli and cauliflower. And if I feel hungry again at some point before I go to bed tonight, maybe I'll eat some meat, but I'm feeling all right now. But here's what I wanted to say. So here's the deal. I started this channel because I felt like it was a personal call to me. And I do these videos mostly for myself because believe it or not, I watch every single video that I made. I keep going back to them to kind of track my own progress and see how far I've come with my own development and where I may be lacking, what do I need to focus on next, or whatever the case may be. So, I didn't make this channel expecting it to become like a hit and make and make a living out of it. So far, in about 3 months or so, yeah, I think it's around 3 months now. There's like 107 videos here for anyone to watch. With this one is going to be 108. Okay, I can only repeat the same things over and over again so many times until I'm gonna get bored of repeating myself and regurgitating things that not only myself but thousands of other people have already done. Okay, that's not to say that I don't have my unique take on things and my own way of talking about these things, but what I'm trying to say here is, this is a small channel and most likely it's going to stay that way. Okay, so don't expect me to be pumping loads of videos every day because that takes time away from my personal life. And I have other things that I need to focus on right now when it comes down to my personal life, to be honest. So that doesn't mean that I'm going to stop doing what I'm doing here, but just keep in mind that if you came here for like loads of content, then don't expect that from me because it's not gonna happen. you know I only have about 37 subscribers now, I think, whatever it is. And I know that a lot of my videos haven't been watched by every single person that subscribed to me, and that's okay, but that's how YouTube works. Okay, there are people out there with hundreds of thousands of followers, and then they do a stream and there's like 40 people watching them. So this is what you got to keep in mind. Not everyone that is subscribed to you is there for you. They just subscribe because maybe they liked something you said, they resonated with it, and they just hit that sub button. But that doesn't mean they're watching you. And I know for a fact that not everyone is watching me, and that's okay though. Don't get me wrong. So what I'm saying is, like I said, I've started this channel for myself and to share what I have learned with other people, so it may benefit them in some way, shape, or form and give them some sort of clarity and some sort of like startup when it comes down to self work and spiritual development. Okay? I am not I am not one of these crazy new agers wannabes that's gonna be performing and pumping, 10, 20 videos a day talking about the same thing over and over again in 20 different ways. No, that's not going to be me. So don't expect that from me. Just wanted to be honest with everybody here. We will see how it goes from here on. But this is just something I needed to get it out of my chest, that I've been thinking about it for a while. Because from what I have seen on this platform, there are many, many people out there that are getting a lot of reach, and it feels to me that the algorithm is not pushing the real deal sometimes. That's all I gotta say. So it's how it works, my friends. It's how it works. It's how it's always been when it comes down to the raw truth of things. And in truth itself is that very few people out there in the world are willing to listen to real things, to things that matter, and to things that will actually help anyone to improve their lives in a very meaningful way. This is the whole reason why I started this. You know, I am going to keep improving my life. But in order for me to do that, I can't be devoting, the amount of time that sometimes I have been devoted to this here, because this doesn't give me any money, and it doesn't feed me, and it doesn't pay my bills. So I got to do other things, which is what I do, right? And I have to focus on things that are more important, so that I can find out, what my true calling is, because it's certainly not YouTube. Because if it was, it would be different by now. So, that's all really I wanted to say, my friends. Don't, um, sometimes we have to experiment with different things to find out, which direction we really have to go. And like I said, it's not like I started this thinking and this was going to be the direction I was going to go in anyway. I did it for myself because I felt like that I was in a stage of my life after so much reflection and learning about myself, that I figured, you know what, I'm gonna share some of my experience and some of my life with others, so they can maybe have an idea of what it's like and how long it may take, depending on who you are and what kind of things happen in your life, for you to get out of the mud, stand up for yourself, and understand what your real power is all about, and where is it at, and how to channel that stuff, so you can become this better version of yourself, because this is what this channel is all about. I may even end up changing the name of the channel at some point in the near future, because I've been thinking about that too. So if you see a change in the name of my channel, I'll probably keep Universal there, but I think I'm going to take the truth stuff out, because I guess people are not interested in the truth. So maybe if I put something more clickbaity there, it'll work better. I don't know. But yeah, I don't take it personal. Like I said, I've been doing this whole thing for myself the whole time, and I constantly sometimes sit over here by myself watching my videos over and over again, hours a day sometimes, because I am still learning and trying to figure things out as I go on my journey. So, and 50 plus years, and you're always learning, always learning. There isn't a person out there that knows everything, especially if they're young. Doesn't matter how old their soul is. So life is all about trial and error. We gotta do a lot of that throughout most of our lives, to figure out what is the thing that's really going to click, that is going to make you feel truly fulfilled, having a joyful life, being really happy with who you are and where you are, and the ideal scenario obviously is that you're working for yourself. And this is what I'm trying to figure it out right now. So, yeah, if you came here for multiple uploads a day, that's just probably not going to be a thing, guys. Unless I'm not doing anything and then I have extra time. Sometimes I might upload 2, 3 videos a day. It depends how I feel, and it depends what I get from this higher part of myself, that it may be telling me something. Maybe I'll have a dream, and that something, that dream is gonna make me feel like I have to share some things or whatever that is. And then then maybe it'll happen. But I've already said so many things in so many different ways, repeated the same thing over and over and over again, 108 videos later. And there's only so much of that I can do until major burnout sets in. And that's the point I've reached right now. So from this point on, it's gonna be most likely one upload a day, if I do one upload a day. you know I don't know, I have to figure it out, but just keep that in mind. This is not, I didn't do this to reach a bajillion people, because I knew that that wasn't going to happen. I understand how YouTube works, and I understand how the powers that be work. They don't want people with powerful voices out there spilling the beans, because that goes against, the whole narrative that it's been all around us. So you need to understand that. And really, that's all I wanted to talk about. Just being real and being honest, because that's what even spiritual work is about. It's all about being honest. So, yeah, with that said, now that I broke my fast today, it feels pretty good. I wasn't expecting to go to 4 days without feeling hungry, but this morning when I woke up, my stomach was making all kinds of noises like feed me, please. So I was like, okay, let's start eating again, and it's all good. Um, yeah, if you guys don't know anything about fasting, I highly recommend fasting. I do it as much as I can. It's become like an integral part of my life right now. And every 3, 4 months or so, I like to do a longer fast, just to cleanse it all out and reset my immune system, um, build new white cells in the blood and all this stuff. So do some research, look it up, and see all the benefits that you get from it. And it's really good if you want to lose some weight, like extra little fat you may have here and there, and you don't got time to be going to the gym and stuff like that. I feel good with what I did, and it's beneficial regardless, you know. So yeah, that's all I wanted to talk about, guys. So with that said, I love you all, and I'll catch you all on the next one whenever I upload it again. So take care, my friends.